All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our AI Learning Agents project. Let's have a look at what we went over this morning. Now, the reason I'm doing this so early is because last night it didn't sit well with me that we were running to the issue that I'm pretty sure that we solved already. So I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get it out the way and get ahead and get things moving forward. So I got up to work on it and get things moving forward. And let's see exactly where we're at today. Let's see exactly where we're at right now. So you already know we got our pip stores, we have our imports. Here's the main body of our code that's going to go through now. And then let's have a look at the what happens when we run it. So this one here. Now we're still running into an error, so let's see what error this is now. So it's saying module AutoGen has no attribute AI assistant. Now that's a good thing and a bad thing. We're still coming up with an error, but we're no longer getting that error where it's saying it's not reading our file. And as you can see, we did alter it, so now we can see our environment all file equals sample data OAI config list.json. Now why is that important? It's because we were missing a path. And I didn't even have to look at our a medical chat bot to see exactly what was going on. What's going on with this? I didn't have to look at our medical chat bot to see what was going on. I just kind of remembered after just going over the process. It jogged my memory. So we had to add the path first, and then we actually had to add the file that we wanted to read. So as you can see here, we have our path, sample data, and this is the file we're looking for, the OAI config list.json. As you can see here, OAI config.json is inside our sample data path. So we were able to get that. So that's out of the way. That's done. Then the next issue is going to be our AutoGen has no attribute AI assistant. Now, normally when this happens, there's some sort of deprecation involved, meaning that AutoGen has no attribute, meaning this was updated or changed to a different attribute. So we can easily just click on explain error here, and it should come up with exactly why we're getting that error. So you can see here, attribute module is bringing up the error for us. AutoGen has no attribute AI assistant. So it's thinking now. Just like that thing is pretty slow because we're actually recording as we're going along. Usually we're not recording, so it pops right up. So we'll let that go for a few seconds, and I'll try to fill that in by speaking to you. Yeah, it's taking pretty long there, but yeah. So you see here that we did get past the initial error we were having with the OAI config list. We were able to plug that into our actual code, so now it's reading. Even though we don't have anything in there, I can open it up while that's loading and show you really quickly. Let me see if I can get that open. Okay, so you can see it's the same exact thing as the model GPT 3.5 Turbo. API key will be our API key. If we were going to connect to it, we would put our actual API key here and not just your API key phrase. So that's that. So everything is working good on that end. Now we just have to figure out what the new attribute for AI assistant is, so we can plug that into our auto gen and move forward from there. That should be the last error. Let me see here what exactly what that auto gen is. So this is the error right here. So you see AutoGen dot assistant agent. So they're saying there's an error here. Let me close this and see if it's done loading. Yeah, it's still thinking. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste the whole video waiting for this thing to think and pop up with a solution. I'm pretty sure I can fix it on my own, or I'll just stop the video and let it load up on its own. But whatever. Just want to go over this with you really quickly. No, here's the one here. So this is the one that's saying this is one that's saying that's the error. Because if you look at the error, it's saying the AutoGen dot assistant. It's not saying AI assistant agent. It's saying AutoGen AI assistant. So let's go back up and see the differences. So you can see this one's AI assistant, and this one is assistant agent. So this isn't the error here. This is the error here. Now we have to figure out why this AI assistant isn't being picked up. You can see we have it right here. Everything's good, and everything's good. So we just have to figure out the new library or the new module or attribute that's going to go with the AutoGen, or maybe we can just take the AutoGen out altogether. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm thinking we just have to find a new attribute for the AutoGen and replace this AI assistant, which may or may not be deprecated. But again, that's where we're at with it. Like I said, I wanted to get up early to make sure we can read this OAI config list file, which we can now. After doing some reconfiguring to our files, you can see here, sample data is our path. This is the file we want to read. Sample data is our path. This is the file we want to read. So that is working well. Now, all we have to do now, I'm going to stop this and I'll close it. I'll deal with that later. So now what we have to do now is figure out the new attribute for AutoGen, and we can move forward. Now, again, we're not trying to actually run this code. We just want to get to the point where we do want to run it, but it shouldn't be able to run anything because we didn't add an API key. So we're not expecting it to run. We just want to go through all of the steps to make sure all of the steps are working. So when we are ready to run it officially, we know everything's working fine. We just plug our API key in and move forward from there. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Of course, I will keep you posted on our progress as we move forward. But of course, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.